Before you know it, it will be Valentine's Day, and we've got some unusual gift ideas this morning that don't cost a lot of money and are also thoughtful because you make them yourself. It's our Pinterest challenge, and guess who's back? It's Autumn Reo. Good to see you again.
It's so nice to see you as well.
I love these Pinterest challenge, and some of these, I know you were saying during the break. They're a challenge.
It's honestly, I get in the kitchen and go, okay, I'm going to cross my fingers and see how they come out. So, and then I bring the best or the not so best to you guys to see where we're at.
Well, what do we have first here?
Well, this was probably one of my favorites. I'm going to go ahead and let you cut the front of this.
This is so cute.
It works on this side when you're on live television. But this is a pound cake, actually. And the way that you actually make it, it's two different cakes. So you've got a nice little heart shape in there. We made a red velvet cake, and you just do it like in your flat cake pan. And then you use your best friend when it comes to all of these things, which is your little heart-shaped cookie cutter.
Now, this confused me. So you cook the red velvet cake, like in a 9x13 pan. You go ahead and cook it.
Right.
So once it's baked, you take this, right?
Okay. Take several of those and cut them like you would a cookie cutter. You use it like batter, you know, like you would.
And so you're doing this all over the pan, and then what?
Then you stack them up vertically.
Okay.
So the way they would stand up. Then you have another mix here for this pound cake.
Pound cake.
You pour about half of that batter into the pan, and then you stand up these guys just like this, all together very tightly, and they're going to sit. That batter's going to allow them to sit, you know, kind of sit tightly
together. Now, viewers
at
home may be asking the same question I asked you, and you were asking yourself this question when you first saw this. Wouldn't you think that the red velvet cake being baked twice would burn?
This would be awful, but it doesn't. I mean, that's why we do this, you know, fun little challenge here. And, you know, then pour the rest of the batter in there, cooked it. Tastes great. You can put a little icing on there. It's a great way to do Valentine's Day, you know.
All right. So that was a little complicated.
That one was a little more, it took a little time, but it wasn't really complicated. It was just kind of like, I need to see how this works. That was really a great challenge.
Okay, but you said this is easy.
This one's super easy, and here's why. These are just little pie tarts. And literally took your pie crust, I laid it out flat, rolled it out here. Then I used this pie filling, which Mr. Whittle's pie filling we'll have to talk about later because it's that good. You put a spoon in it.
You can cheat with it. It's okay.
Yeah, and it's made by some Dallas gals, and it's just that amazing. Put that in there, and then you took, you cut out with your little crust here. Again, using that cookie cutter. Square them together. Use your fork to pinch them around the side. I did put a little egg wash on there, so that's nothing.
So they brown nicely?
Yes, absolutely. You put them in there, you know, 15, 20 minutes, and you've got these great little things, and I even made a little note here. So you're the apple to my pie.
You're the apple to my pie.
So you've got Valentine's for your husband or for your friend, and you're like, oh,
it's a great idea. What do you want to do next? I want to kind of save these for last.
Yeah, absolutely. But these are the best ones, and here's why, again, I didn't have to really do anything. I mean, literally, this is the entire...
Heart-shaped cinnamon rolls?
Heart-shaped cinnamon rolls. And you just take your regular cinnamon rolls and then unroll them. So, you know how they come in a little spiral?
Yes.
You're going to unroll them, and then you're going to twist them again at the ends till they come together. And then you're going to put them in your pan and just pinch them. Literally, like pinch them. It was that easy. And I was like,
makes sense.
Well, there they go. We added a little red food coloring to the icing packet that comes with them.
Okay, I was going to ask,
put them over the side, and ta-da, you have heart-shaped cinnamon rolls.
Really, really cute.
I was like, my kids were like, oh, Mom, what are you doing? And I was like, oh, and they're like, oh, how cute. So
for Valentine's Day morning.
And again, you don't have to do anything. This is still your 10, 15 minutes that you would make breakfast in the morning, and you've totally did something great for Valentine's Day. So let's get to the fun part here, because this is the one we've all been smelling for the last 20 minutes.
Especially the guys around here have been smelling this.
Oh, yeah. So these are bacon roses.
Bacon roses.
Yes. So these are the ones you give to your wife, and this is what the wife gives to her husband now. Oh, yeah. And that's, you know what? It really was easy. I was like, how hard could these possibly be? Or, you know, really...
Were they difficult to make?
They were not difficult at all. And come over here, we're going to go ahead and put these little guys together. So, of course, we start with a big pound of bacon. So we're going to take our bacon here. I'm not going to make you sit here and touch this. You're going to take the fatty side down. And there's normally, I mean, depending on the bacon, but you don't really want to use like a turkey bacon or anything like that. You really want to
You need the real deal, folks.
Yes, you do.
Real deal.
And then you're just going to roll it up. Nothing special. I thought we were going to have like some special technique to make it look like a heart.
I want to see how it goes in the pan.
And literally, you're going to put
it in. That's it?
Yeah.
Bake it for how long?
375 for about 45 minutes. But halfway through, this is kind of the key point, you're going to pull it out of the oven, and you're going to pull that grease off, because that grease is going to be sitting at the bottom of that. And of course, you don't want to have, you know, tragedy in the oven. You're going to pour those out, and they're going to be nice and crisp, just like they are there. And here's the biggie. So you go to the dollar store, you get your little flowers here, and literally when you pull these off, they come off in 3 pieces. So you've got your nice little flower, pull off your stem, and they come off in pieces, and there's a little plug on the inside.
So you
kind of have to pull at them. Yeah.
And that's how you got them on the Stems.
Well, I used actually, because you could put them on the stem. In my case, I went ahead and took a little toothpick, kind of buried that underneath. It fits inside of the rose, and then you had your bacon roses.
And her husband actually really liked this idea.
Yeah, this is actually one of those. He's like, oh, that's sweet, honey. And I'm like, I'm glad you like it. Of course, it's because it has bacon. So, you know, that's what we do at MamaChallenge.com. We find things that are so fun.
These are great ideas. Mike, what do you think? This is like the first bouquet of roses I think a guy would stop to smell. You like that?
Oh, no.